welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and today's video is all about your hidden qualities and how you surprise people. So for this reading, I've got 4 piles to read to choose from. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. So you guys can now take a moment and see which pile or piles you're most drawn to. And after you've selected your pile, there are timestamps in the description box below, which you can use to jump ahead to your reading to see exactly how it is that you surprise people. So let's get straight into it. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's see how you surprise people. Okay, so we have the Chariot in reverse. We have 5 of Swords in reverse. We have the Magician. We have the High Priestess. We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, a pile 1. First of all, with the 5 of Swords in reverse, one of the things that I'm getting for you is that you surprise people with your kindness. You are extremely sweet, incredibly kind, and yeah, even to the point where you have to be generous. I just feel like in terms of your kindness and compassion and empathy, you are like way up there. You know, it's actually surprising to people because you are someone who's even kind to your enemies. You know, you're someone who's even kind to, you would be kind to a monster even if it comes to that point, you know, because I don't know, you guys are all, you stand strong for kindness. You have so much compassion within you that it actually surprises people, because nobody expects that amount of kindness or that amount of compassion or empathy from anyone. And you showing that, you exhibiting that actually surprises people, because that makes people believe that, yeah, you know, all is not lost. Kindness is not lost. Compassion is not lost. There are good souls in this world. There are good people in this world who so anyone who's going through like a tough time, or anyone who's going who's kind of feeling this loss of faith in humanity or in kindness, you are someone who restores their faith in kindness and compassion and love. You're all about giving love. You have a lot of love to give, and I think your love mainly comes in the form of kindness, in the form of helping people, in the form of, like, you know, smiling at people and just making their day better. I feel like it's really important to you to make sure that everybody is okay and everybody is living a good life. I feel like it's really important, and I think you start doing that. You do your part in making people's lives better by being kind to them. So that is like one thing that surprises people a lot about you. I'm not saying that people look at you and they don't think that you're kind. It's just that the level of kindness that you exhibit, the level of compassion that you give out, and the amount of love that you have for everyone, that is what surprises people, because they don't expect that kind of love. They don't expect that kind of compassion coming from another person, because they're jaded. They have, you know, been through life. They've gotten bitter. So they just don't think that the kind of compassion you possess and the kind of compassion you give out is something that can actually happen in this world. So that's where the surprise factor comes in. Then we have this Magician here. So this tells me that another way you surprise people is by being an all-rounder. Pile 1, you are someone who can do anything, and by anything I mean anything. Whether you're good at something, whether you're not so good at something, you will do your best to do that thing, and you will do it to the point where you'll succeed. You know how they say, try and try until you succeed? I feel like that is true in your case, especially in your case, because you will not give up. You'll keep on doing it until you get it right, until you're able to do that a particular thing or task. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you surprise people with your capability, with your curiosity to learn, with your eagerness to learn new things, and to do them as well. You're not like you're not like a one-trick pony. Pile 1, you're not just like, okay, this is all I know, this is all I'm good at, this is all I'm going to focus on. nowhere. You're always trying to branch out. You're always trying to expand your horizons with new experiences and new knowledge. Always trying to do new things. Even when people are like, "Can you stop? You don't have to do everything, at once, or you just take it easy, or you don't have to do all of these new things at the same time. You can just pick one or something." But you're like, "No, I want to do everything, and I will do everything." And you do that, you accomplish a lot. And I feel like with this Chariot in reverse here, along with this Magician here, I feel like people are not aware of half the things that you do. Something tells me also with this Page of Pentacles here, and of course this High Priestess here, which talks about some hidden stuff going on. Pile 1, I feel like you are secretly working on a lot of projects, or maybe you have like 2-3 different sources of income, and people are only aware of like the one source of income, like that is the main source, maybe your job or something. That's all people are aware of. People are not aware, like there's this whole other side to you. There's a whole other side to you that is hidden, Pile 1. And some of you guys might be aware of it, and some of you might not be. Maybe later in life you will be aware of that. But right now I'm just getting this message that there is this whole other side to you. This side which holds so much potential, so much talent. And if it comes out, if people get to know about that, it's like, it's gonna be shocking. It's gonna be incredibly shocking. Some people might also think that, you are not able to, you are not good at multitasking. Some people might even think that about you. But when you do it, when you actually start multitasking, you start doing multiple things at the same time. And I think you're very good at doing that as well. You're very good at multitasking, but people just don't give you enough credit. And they don't trust you in your abilities as much. That's why they keep thinking that, you will not be able to do 2 or 3 things at the same time. But like I'm saying, there's a whole other side to you. People just think that you're only focused on that one thing. Maybe they think that you only have like one source of income, you only have a single job. But they're not aware that when you're home, you're doing so many different things. You might have some online stuff going on. You might be working on something like on a physical project or something. You might have like a few side businesses as well. There could be like so many things that you're doing, and I can clearly see you're doing a lot, but people are not aware. Some people are definitely not aware of it. And first, some of you, Pile 1, I'm getting this message that slowly people are becoming aware of all that you do. Or maybe they're slowly like getting to know about your second or third source of income, and that just shocks them. It shocks them into silence. It really does. People who bullied you, people who constantly mocked you and insulted you and said things like, "Oh, you'll never be able to do anything big. You'll never be able to do anything like, significant in life." You are proving them wrong. You're definitely proving them wrong, Pile 1. And it's all because of your abilities, your own hard work, your own efforts, that you're able to kind of silence everyone who dares to question you or who dares to question your abilities. On the other hand, with this High Priestess here, this tells me that you guys get visions as well. Like, psychic vision, mystical experiences. You've had quite a few of those, or even like one of those. Now, it could be of a scary nature, it could be of a not so scary nature. It depends, because, different people, different experiences. So, but this tells me that, you've had experiences that just cannot be explained. And when you tell people about it, if you want to confide or share that with people, that leaves them shaken, that not even surprised, it scares them at times. That's why sometimes you keep these kind of experiences to yourself. You're like, no, the world is not ready. People are not ready for this kind of information at this point. But but people, if you, for example, you told one of these experiences to your friends and they got super scared, and after that you just didn't tell them any of the other experiences that you got, but that friend still thinks about what happened to you, and they kind of look at you in this weird way that, okay, what's gonna happen now? Is a pile one going to have another experience? Did they have another experience? Are they going to tell me? Why are they not telling me? So there's always this kind of a curiosity people have towards you as well. But when the truth comes out about you, about your abilities, about all that you can do, and all that you are capable of, a pile one, it leaves people in a state of perpetual shock, and it surprises people to no end, because really people, they just look at you and they just start throwing judgments around that, oh, you'll never do anything big, or you'll never amount to anything big, you just focus on this one job that you have, all of that stuff. And sometimes I feel like people even try to take credit for your abilities. Like, for example, when you were young or something, your friend or maybe your family member kind of encouraged you to start your own business, but you never did at that point in life because you weren't ready, or you just didn't have enough knowledge and information. So when you grew up, you started your own business, but you didn't tell anyone about it. But eventually, that person found out, the one who initially kind of told you to start a business. But you didn't start a business because that person told you, right? You just started your business because you wanted to. But that person, if they get to know about your business, they'll be like, I told pile one to do it. It's because of me they have a business. They'll start to take credit for whatever you're doing. Okay, so we have a 7 of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. And Queen of Wands. Okay. It's a lot of wand energy, and we have these 9s and pages coming through. So with the 9s here, this really tells me that your abilities, your talents, you are blessed, pile one. You have been blessed with an abundance of a talent, and with an abundance of, you can say, new experiences as well, because we have this High Priestess here, and then we have this 9 of Wands right here. 9 of Wands is all about courage and bravery. So if sometimes you wonder why you are the one who gets the mystical experiences, the crazy stuff, why does it happen to you and not anybody else? It's because the universe has chosen you, because of your bravery, because of your courage. Like, the universe knows your soul, pile one. Maybe other people can never get to know your soul, but the universe knows your soul. And the universe knows exactly how brave and courageous your soul is. And that's why the universe has chosen you, because the universe is like, other people are not ready for these kind of experiences, but pile one is definitely ready. And that's why you are the ones who get these kind of experiences that just leaves people speechless. You really do leave people speechless with all that you are, a pile one. And I feel like you don't even have to pretend to be anyone else, because there's just so much to you. There's so much hidden inside of you. Page of Wands, we have this Page of Pentacles. Pages are all about curiosity, and this one, especially this Page of Wands here, this is all about, exploring new things. So with this one coming here for you, this really tells me that, you don't even have to be anyone else, because all that people desire, all that you want is within you. All you have to do is be yourself. And because you possess all the talent, you possess all the skills, and you really do possess it all, because we have this 9 of Pentacles here, this Magician card here. Now this 9 of Pentacles is all about, you're super content because you have everything. You want for nothing, essentially. And then the Magician is like, with all the 4 suits out here. This is another card that talks about, having everything, having all the skills, having the skills to do everything. That's one thing. You are an all-rounder, a pile one. No one can come and say that you're lacking in something. If you do find that you're lacking in something, a pile one, you would work on that thing. You would practice that particular skill until you master it. That's why you surprise people so much with your dedication and with your focus, with the 7 of Cups in reverse here. You are so focused when you're doing something. When you want to master something, be it an instrument, be it a language, be it any skill, any sport, whatever it is, you you're going to be so focused on it, and you're going to practice and practice. You're going to learn, you're going to gain, search, read up on that particular thing until you master, until you know everything about it. You're not that surface level person. Pile one, you're not that surface level person. You know, some people, they're like okay with having the surface level information, and you know, they don't know anything deeper, anything more than what is just given to them. Maybe they'll read like one article or maximum two just on a particular topic, and then they'll talk like they know everything about it. You're not like that. You will do your research. You will be so focused. You, until and unless you know everything about that particular activity, that skill, you're not going to stop. You're not going to give up. And that's why whenever you do things, you do it in such a professional way. You do it as if you've been doing it for years. And little do people know, maybe you have, in some cases you have been. But I feel like the more skills you learn, the more you practice, it's like it makes learning other skills really easy for you as well, pile one, which is why you are able to pick up new information easily. You're able to learn new skills easily, and that leaves people in shock, in this state of surprise, that how are they able to do that? How are they able to learn so quickly? I'm not saying that other people are not quick learners. Some people are just quick learners, but with you, it's like you have trained your brain into like picking up new information really fast. And whereas, like for example, there's this reading thing going on, and you are reading this passage, you will be able to pick up the new information far quickly as compared to the other person. If you are, for example, if you both are reading at the same speed, but with you, it's going to be like you're picking things up super fast. Whereas the other person might read the whole passage, but they will not be able to pick up on the tiny details or something. They might get the main gist of the whole thing, but not the minute details. You will also be able to kind of understand the minute details of whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, and then we have this Queen of Wands, which talks about action and everything. Which talks about, you know, doing things. You don't just sit around and be like, okay, I'll just sit around and because I know everything. You are forever learning. You're just forever going around in search of knowledge. And that's why when you start talking, when you do things, people are like, where did you learn that? How did you know this? Like, when did you learn this exactly? Because I didn't see you going anywhere. You are able to even find knowledge from so many different resources. Like I'm saying, you're not a one-trick pony, pile one. You are a person of many, many talents. Okay, so we have come back to the edge here. We have here and now. A change in the wind. Okay, so with this here and now, this card is kind of telling me that, you know, it's not like, you know, the way you surprise people, it's not just that, oh, you only did it one time. Okay? No, you do it time and time again. I feel like every day people are like, okay, what is pile one gonna do now? What are we gonna learn about pile one now? You know, so every single time you end up surprising people. We have this here and now, so even in the present moment, you're able to surprise people. It's not just a one-time thing that, oh, you shocked people like only once. No. No, it's like all the time. You do it all the time. A change in the wind. You know, that's obviously when change comes as a surprise, right? It's not something that you anticipate. Even if you're anticipating a change, the nature of that change often takes us by surprise, be it good or bad. So this is like your energy, a pile one, that you are able to bring that change in yourself, in your environment. That's why people, you know, some people really have this belief that people don't change, but when they look at you, you surprise them. They actually start believing that, yeah, people can change, because you're constantly evolving yourself. You might not be forgetting yourself or changing completely, getting a 360 degree change, not like that, but you're constantly evolving, you're constantly becoming a better version of yourself, pile one. And that's why this change in the wind card is coming up for you. You're constantly shifting and changing perspective. You're constantly kind of rejecting outdated information and taking in new information. You're always like, you're really adaptive to change. So that's another thing that surprises people about you, because maybe they thought that, you know, you might not be so welcoming towards change. Maybe change, it's going to be hard for you to adjust to new environments and everything, but you took everybody by surprise. We have this come to the edge here, when you're like, when you go like, you know what, no, let's experience life. We have this coming come to the edge. So this is kind of giving me you know, that YOLO vibes, you know, you only live once kind of vibe, so you want to experience everything. So this is what this card is kind of telling me. You guys are experiencing new things all the time, getting trying new stuff. Even when people are like, what are you doing, you shouldn't do that, you're like, no, I want to try, I want to see what this is. So this eternal state of curiosity that you have, that is what really surprises people about you. All right, so yeah, this is all I have for you, pile one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile two, welcome to your reading. Let's see how you surprise people. Okay, so we have 3 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Swords, King of Cups. Okay. So a pile two, one thing I'm getting for you is that people really take advantage of you. Oh my gosh, they take you for granted so much. It's embarrassing. It's actually sad why people do that to you. They take you for granted. They're like, oh, pile two is gonna be there forever. We can do whatever we want. Pile two is kind enough to, you know, give us multiple chances. We'll just have to go and apologize to them, and they're gonna be okay. But they get shocked, they get surprised when you're like, you know what, I'm done with you, I'm walking away. Because they just never expected you to do that. They never expected you to stand up for yourself. They were like, okay, we'll keep treating pile two as a doormat, and they're gonna be perfectly okay with that because they love us so much. People take your love for granted. People take your kindness and your gentle attitude towards things for granted. They take your compassion for granted, pile two. And when you stand up for yourselves, they're like, okay, what just happened? What just happened to pile two? Did they get a personality transplant? Did something happen to them? Are they joking with us? Like, sometimes it's hard for people to even believe that you can stand up for yourself. It's hard for people to believe that you can walk away. But when you do, it's shocking. They're like, whoa, how could they do that? How could they just walk away? You know? And also, a lot of times people will also start blaming you for it, pile two. People will be like, they'll paint you out to be the bad guy. Like, for example, you know, you had an ex, okay, and that ex was like not treating you well, and like when you were in a relationship with that person, they weren't treating you well, and you gave them multiple chances. Everybody, despite people telling you to leave that person, to break up with them, you were like, no, I will stay with this person. I will keep giving them chances. But until that point, when because everybody has a limit, a pile two, and when that person reached yours, when they started testing your patience, and they finally pushed you to that level where you were like, you know what, I'm walking away. That person couldn't take it. They couldn't handle the fact that, you know, you could walk away one day. They thought that you'll always be there for them, to pick up, to clean up their mess, to give them a second chance, to forgive them. Obviously when you walked away, when you walk away, pile two, you walk away for good. Like, when it's over for you. So that's why they kept calling you, and and they were like telling you to forgive them and give them another chance, but now that you're done with them, you're like, no, I'm not going to give you a second chance or a third or a 10th. And then that person started painting you as a bad guy. That person started spreading rumors about you. And this has, I feel like for some of you, it would have happened like multiple times, not just once. But I'm just giving this example that be it a friend, be it a partner, an ex, whoever, once you go like, okay, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to deal with your stuff anymore. I'm just going to live my life because I need to live my life. I owe it to myself. The moment you start taking care of yourself, the moment you stand up for yourself, Pile 2, it's like people are like, how can you do that? And people take it in a negative way because, they can no longer control you. They can no longer manipulate you into doing what they want from you. They can no longer manipulate you into forgiving them when they clearly don't deserve forgiveness. So that is like one of the things that really surprises people about you the moment you stand up for yourself, because people think that you are this soft, gentle person who, who's just gonna deal with the world's nonsense, who will just deal with people's attitudes no matter what they are. People really do take you for granted, Pile 2, and really they shouldn't. They really shouldn't, because you are a gem. You are so special. The kind of emotional intelligence you possess, that maybe that's why you're able to give people so many chances, because you're able to understand people on such a deep level. You're easily able to put yourself in other people's shoes. Maybe that's why, you're all about like giving chances to people. But of course, you have a limit as well. You have your own list of, limits. And if somebody dares to kind of cross that, somebody dares to break those rules, of course you have the right to stand up for yourself. So don't feel bad about it. Don't ever feel bad that, oh my gosh, the only thing I ever did was stand up for myself and look how people are treating me. People will do that because that's their way of manipulating you. They want to kind of make you out to be the bad guy, so you would go back to them. So you would apologize to them, and then they will have power over you once again. That's what they want. They want to turn the world against you. They want that nobody comes to you for help or anything, or nobody comes to help you. Some people are nasty enough to isolate you. Like they want to do that. If you walk away, if you try to stand up for yourself, they will try to isolate you. They will turn everybody against you, even your close friends. And if they have the means, they would even try to turn your family against you, Pile 2. Because they just can't handle it. They can't understand that why you will choose to stand up for yourself. But on the other hand, the thing is, like I was talking about your emotional intelligence. So people who find it hard to be understood, like everybody misunderstands them. Pile 2, you are the one who understands those people. The kind of people who the world can't understand. And people who are constantly trying to explain themselves, you're the ones who are able to understand them. So that's another thing that surprises people, especially those people who are always who are being misjudged by people everywhere. You will be the first one to be like, no, I understand where you're coming from. I totally get it. And those people are shocked. They're like, you actually understand, you actually understand how I'm feeling because of your emotional intelligence. Pile 2, you are able to understand people's emotions, and you're able to understand people's situation. It's very easy to judge a person, very easy to go like, oh, this person was so stupid. If only they could have done this, if only they could have done that, they wouldn't be in this situation right now. But you understand that it's not that easy. You never know how that person's feeling, and in that situation, how they would have reacted, what they were going through. Nobody knows that, but that's why you're able to understand people. Maybe because you're able to easily put yourselves in their shoes. and you are able to, and if, like, for example, if a person's coming to you for help, or they're just explaining their situation to you, while they're talking about themselves, but in your mind you are kind of you're able to put yourself, and you're like able to imagine yourselves in that same scenario, right? And that's why you're able to understand so deeply that, okay, this is what happened, this is why this person was feeling like this, and this is why they did what they did. So that just adds on to this beautiful personality that you have, this gentle, loving personality that you have. And because of that, because you understand people on such a deeper level, Pile 2, you're able to bring a lot of healing to them as well. Because just by listening, just by understanding them, that's all they need. They're not asking you to, save them. They're not asking you to solve their problems. Just by listening to them, you're able to just give them that strength. You're able to provide healing to them. So that really kind of, I don't know about the other people, but it surprises me that people like you are here, and I'm so grateful that you are here, like in this world, being your kind, loving, beautiful self. And don't ever be afraid to kind of stand up for yourselves, Pile 2, because you have the right to do that. You have the right to have your dreams. And sometimes people really, you would have noticed that if you don't stand up for yourself, then nobody stands up for you either. So if you have any dreams or something of that sort, you have to kind of pursue those goals on your own, because nobody kind of, is supporting you in that matter. So yeah, but you are able to. Okay, so we have 5 of Wands here, 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups. I feel like people in the past really bother you. We have 6 of Wands here. So like I was saying, your exes really trouble you, whether it's your ex-friend, ex-partner. They really trouble you. They just don't let you relax for even a second. Like, sometimes you regret breaking up with them. Sometimes you regret walking away because they don't let you go. You let them go. You're like done with them. But they just don't stop. They'll call you, they'll text you, they'll stalk you on social media, they'll stalk you in real life if it's possible for them. They will do all sorts of these things. And it really causes a lot of emotional trouble to you, a lot of psychological trouble to you. And yeah, like, excuse me. But yeah, it's just people cannot stop. I don't know if they're addicted to you or something, a Pile 2, but I really get this, that it's people don't let you go. You can let people go, and you can stand up for yourself, you can pursue your own dreams and everything. But people just, either they're looking for revenge, they want to control you, or they just miss you. I don't know what the situation is. Like, it could be all three, It depends on the kind of person they were, like the people, who broke up with you, or you broke up with them. Depending on what kind of people they were, that's how they feel about you. And constantly they're talking. And sometimes, and if they start bad mouthing you, if they start turning people against you, then you get into a lot of trouble. I feel like your past causes you a lot of trouble, a Pile 2. Whether it's your family, whether like people you have cut off, always trying to cause you trouble. And I don't know about the other people being surprised, but I feel like this surprises you, a Pile 2, that why would people do that? I cannot believe people will actually go to this extent as to trouble me so much. It leaves you baffled at times, because you're like, why is this happening? What did I do? I'm not even bothering them. I'm not even calling them. I'm just doing my best to move on, and they're not letting me move on. People just don't let you move on, Pile 2. And it's frustrating. I can feel that, that it must be so frustrating for you. And sometimes, causes a lot of anxiety within you as well, because we have this 9 of Swords coming through. You sometimes fear for yourself, and you double check the locks and everything when you're going to bed. You're making sure that everything is secure, so that, because you are like, these crazy people can do anything. They can do anything. So yeah, anyway, So we have this four of cups here. Like I was saying, when you want to achieve your goals, when you have such dreams, I feel like you go around supporting everyone in their goals, but when it comes to you, it's like nobody's there to support you. Nobody's there to help you achieve your goals. Achieving goals like that's why it's a goal. It's not that easy to achieve all the time. But for example, somebody came to you telling you that, okay, this is what they want to achieve in life. You will do your best to help them achieve that, even if it means providing them with financial help or any kind of help that they need. You are there for them. But when it comes to you, and for example, you need money, it's like the world goes like, okay, who are you? The world just pretends they don't know you, a pile two. That's why you have to kind of, I feel like the universe is your only best friend. Like if you want to achieve something in life, ask the universe, I would say. That's gonna be the whole thing. And I feel like somewhere people are also kind of envious. Excuse me. People are envious of your goals. That's why I feel like you shouldn't really tell people what you plan to do. You shouldn't tell people what you strive to be, what your goals are, what your dreams are, because people might just throw the evil eye your way. They might do that because they know, somewhere people know that, yeah, you will be able to do it. And like I was saying, people consider you the soft, gentle person. And I feel like when you get angry, when you start fighting back, that's another thing as to why, you end up surprising people, because they just never expected that from you. They never expected you to lash out. Pile 2, I know people push you to that extent. I know that. I can clearly see you're not that person. So don't ever think that you're a bad person, or don't ever feel guilty that, oh, I said this to this person. I shouldn't have said that. You should understand why you ended up saying that. Sometimes you also wonder that, why did I do that? I'm not that kind of a person. It's because that person pushed you to that. You didn't want to do it. You didn't want to, but that person pushed you until you couldn't help but lash out. I mean, you're human, pile 2. You have emotions. You have feelings. And people cannot just take advantage of those feelings. They cannot take those emotions for granted. You have the right to be expressive. You have the right to express yourself. And if people do not respect that, then they shouldn't be worried and they shouldn't be surprised when you stand up for yourself, when you respect yourself enough to walk away. It's on them. So don't blame yourself. I feel like somewhere you also start blaming yourselves as well, that, oh, it must have been my fault. I did this, I did that, I shouldn't have done that. I feel like that's another thing that plagues you a lot. But I'm just telling you that it's not your fault. It's really not. Now we have this 6 of Wands here. I feel like every victory that you get, everything that you've achieved in life, that is something that truly surprises people. Because they were like, pile 2 is so soft and so kind. They'll never be strong enough to face the world and get success. Because how they say that you have to be super strong if you want to be successful and everything, and you cannot let little things bring you down and everything, all of that stuff, right? So that's why people just think that you will never be successful because you're too nice, you're just too gentle and soft, and and you're all about just love and everything. But when you do achieve something, it just surprises them because they just never expected that. They never expected you to rise above everybody else. They never expected you to be at the top. So yeah, your achievements are another surprise to people, a pile 2. Okay, so we have exchanging gifts. We have imagine. We have a message in the bottle. Okay. So this really tells me with the imagine card here that pile 2, yeah, one thing is there, that your imagination is like incredibly vivid. Very vivid imagination, and it's very unique. You have your own unique way of imagining things. and the kind of imagination that your mind has, it's really out of the box. It's incredibly unique. If you ever kind of blurt out your thoughts the way you think, if people actually got to know about it, and if people do get to know about it, you would have seen this look of perpetual surprise, this look of shock on their face, because they're like, okay, how did you come up with that? How do you come up with these ideas? Like, where do you get them from? And I just feel like with this message in the bottle, it kind of ties to your imagination. I feel like somewhere you get these messages, like you have this connection with the universe that kind of sends these kind of unique messages to you, and that kind of really helps shape your imagination. It really helps shape your mind. This connection that you have with the universe, a pile 2. That's why whenever if somebody ever goes like, okay, what are you thinking? And you tell them what you're actually thinking, they'll just be like, okay, what? What did you say? How? What? They just cannot understand because they're not at that level, pile 2, all right? Now we have exchanging gifts here. This is kind of giving me this mirror vibes, people take you for granted, but the thing is that, and people go like, like I'm saying, for example, if you walk away from someone and they start bad-mouthing you to people, and they start blaming you for everything, you're like, I was just showing you the mirror. I was just treating you like how you treated me. So you should really kind of, people should really focus on their actions and their words rather than blaming everything on you, because you're just doing what they did to you. You're like exchanging gifts. They're like, okay, they gave you the pain and you're just giving that back to them. You're just showing them, okay, this is the kind of pain you gave me. This is what hurts. And people just can't handle that. People cannot. So sometimes when you surprise people, it's like people are like, what just happened? All right. So yeah, this is all I have for you on pile 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see how you surprise people. Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Hermit in reverse. Okay, pile 3. How do you surprise people? You surprise people with just how resourceful you are. You're so incredibly resourceful. I feel like not only internally but externally as well. Pile 3. So I'm starting off with this Wheel of Fortune here. The Lovers in reverse. The Lovers in reverse, like the Lovers upright, will be like, okay, you have to make a decision. You have 2 options and everything. But the thing is, in your case, it's not about options. It's all you. Like, you have everything. It's not like that, okay, you can pick one attribute, you can pick one talent, you can pick one set of skills or something. No, it's not like that. I feel like the universe has truly blessed you with abundance, because we have this 9 of Pentacles here, we have the Wheel of Fortune here, Temperance coming through. You are this abundant being, and when people start to see that, when people get a glimpse of that abundance, they're like, whoa. And like I'm saying, it's not just internal. It's not just about your skills and your talents here, pile 3. It's about, like, even on the outside, it's about the connection that you make. I feel like you have like a lot of connections. A lot of people are very resourceful people, very helpful kind of people. People who are actually able to help you in your time of need, or in anybody's time of need. So you would have noticed that everybody calls you. Everybody comes to you when they're in trouble, when they need help. You're the first person. Especially if they don't know anything about that particular problem. Like, for example, somebody is not able to fix their computer, okay? And they don't know how to do it. They don't have any computer knowledge whatsoever. They're going to call you, not caring whether you have the computer knowledge or not. They'll just call you because they know. They know that you'll be able to help them, or you'll be able to find a solution for them in any way. So, you yourself, like pile 3, you will have that person on speed dial maybe, or in your contacts that who will be able to help your friend out, you know. So it could, like, that's what I'm saying, you have like a lot of strong connections, and I feel like the more your life progresses, the more connections you'll make, like with people and everything. Very resourceful connections. That's why I'm saying you're very resourceful. It actually surprises people. When you start talking with the people you know, pile 3, you would have noticed that people are like, you know this person, you know a person who works there, how, like, where do you meet them? And people are often envious of you as well. You would have noticed that, with the kind of connections that you have, with the kind of people you know. You easily talk about that. Oh, I knew this person who worked there, and I know this person in this company, and everybody's like, how, like that company is so exclusive, and it's like so elite, and how are you able to, like, how did you meet this person, what did you do? And you start talking about, you start telling them, okay, this is how we met, this is what happened. So yeah, you know people everywhere. Pile 3, everywhere you go, even if you're going to another country or something for a vacation or any of that sort, you will know someone there. You will, or if you don't, you'll just end up making new friends over there, because we have this hermit in reverse. So this is not about, just you being isolated, or you being a recluse and you just staying at your house all day. No, this is like, going out into the world. This is like making connection. And we have this temperance card coming through as well. Temperance is all like, like those cups, and water being kind of balanced out in both of those cups. So this is kind of giving me that vibe that even if you go somewhere, you don't know anyone, you will end up creating some sort of a connection or the other. So this ability of yours to kind of collect resources, I would say, to be get to know people of so many different professions and all of that really surprises people. But it's not all that. It's not just external, like I was saying. The kind of talents you possess, of Pile 3, your abilities, the skills that you have, those are in abundance as well. That's why you are that problem solver. You are the person who can do anything. People really have this kind of high hopes when it comes to you. They're like, Pile 3 will be able to do it. No one else, and like, for example, if a friend comes to you, they're sharing this problem with you, and you don't know anyone who can help solve that problem. So what you'll do your best to solve that problem yourself. And you might be like, okay, I don't have the skills for solving this problem, but you will learn. You will go online, you will understand everything about that particular thing, that solution, and how you can implement it, and then you do it. So not only are you resourceful on the outside, but you're just as resourceful on the inside, like in terms of your abilities and your talents. It's all you, Pile 3. And people are like, whoa. That's why when you do things, you exhibit qualities and skills that people just are never aware of. Like, they're not aware that you possess such a quality. For example, Pile 3, I'm just getting this example for you, that you might be able to speak multiple languages, and people don't know that. And one day, like, you go to another country with your friend, and all of a sudden you start speaking in their native language, and your friends are like, okay, how do you know this? Like, when did you learn this language? Where? How? And you're like, no, I was just learning it online. I didn't go to any institution or something. So so I just feel like you might know, like, these kind of skills, and the only reason people are not aware of them is because you just never got the chance to exhibit them. But when the right time comes, and I feel like you have a skill, you have a talent for every situation to come out of every situation. I feel like that's you guys are like that, Pile 3. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can hold you back. because with your talent, with your resources, you'll be able to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. And yeah, you'll leave people by surprise all the time. You just have to say something, you just have to do something, and voila, they're all like, okay, where did that come from? When did pile 3 learn this? How do they know about these things? We never learned them anywhere. This was not even on the news or anything like that. How did they learn all of these things? And you're just like, I do this, I do that. You don't even, you don't even make a big deal out of these things. You're like, yeah, I just know these things. So that just, because, when you learn, oftentimes when people learn new things, they want to show off. They want to tell the whole world that, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Like, they start listing their talents and qualities. But you don't do that. You keep it hidden. Yeah, the Hermit is in reverse, but I feel like in your case, this is, I feel like, more about, you being outgoing enough to make new connections. So, but when it comes to your talent, I feel like you have so much of talent, pile 3, that sometimes you even forget the kind of talent you have, the amount of talent that you have. You have so many skills under your belt that you sometimes forget about them. That's why, they don't come out until a situation arises where you have to kind of utilize that skill. No one's gonna be able to know that you know that, because it's like, it's hidden among all that you have. All the blessings, all the talent that the universe has blessed you with, it's all there. You are so balanced. Like I'm saying, your resources are everywhere. Everywhere. And obviously, when you are so resourceful, even when an obvious solution is not there, you are just able to create one. So people really start having high hopes from you and high expectations from you, which can be a little heavy on the shoulders, I would say, because you're like, okay, what if I fail? What if I disappoint people? So somewhere you have this thing as well, that you don't want to disappoint anyone. You don't want to, let people down. I feel like that is another thing with you guys, pile 3. That's why if you don't know anything, you do your best to learn that particular thing, because you are like, no, I cannot disappoint anyone. They have come to me for help. I need to help them. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, we have 2 of Pentacles. See, telling you juggling. We have this Temperance here as well. 8 of Wands. 3 of Swords. 3 of Wands. Okay, and Queen of Cups. Like, the number 3 coming up twice for you, pile 3. Oh, we also have pile 3 here. Another number 3 coming through for you. So the number 3 talks about social circle and creativity and all of those things. So one thing is that with your creativity, you can, like I'm saying, you can overcome any obstacle. And your creativity, because your creativity is not just like, oh, painting a picture and everything. Your creativity is another form of intelligence that you possess. I mean, of course, yeah. But like it kind of gives this proof of your intelligence to people. And through your creativity, you are able to conjure solutions to problems. That's why you're able to move forward in life. And I just feel like somewhere your creativity also makes you really incredibly resilient as well, pile 3. Because people, for example, if people do hurt you, you're able to channel that pain in a really healthy, in a really creative way, which helps you move forward in life in a more successful manner, because I am seeing a lot of success for you here. So, and of course you guys are meant to be successful. Pile 3, you have so much going on. You have so much talent, so many resources. Sometimes I feel like with the Hermit in reverse here as well, sometimes, you might even find it hard to open yourselves up to people, to talk to people, but you do it. I don't know how you do it. I feel like it happens at a soul level, even you are not aware of. You're like, normally if somebody comes and talks to you and goes like, okay, you have to talk to people, you will tell them that, no, I don't want to talk to people. I just want to be by myself. But when you, and your friend's like, no, you have to go. You have to talk to this person. So that's why wanting to, when you'll meet that other person, you'll talk as if you have all the confidence in the world, that you never had any qualms or any hesitations about meeting them in the first place. So that's another surprising thing that comes from you, pile 3, that how you kind of adjust yourselves to different situations. You might want one thing, but you are able to behave in a way that is required by the situation. Wow. Good on you. No wonder you're getting these cards of success everywhere. Of course, people like you are the successful ones because people like you are able to adapt, they're not rigid. You are flexible enough to go like, okay, yeah, I don't like it, but I have to do it, so I'm gonna do it and get it over with. And that's why you have a higher chance of success, pile 3, as compared to other people, you can say. On the other hand, like I was saying, with this 2 of Pentacles here, able to juggle, how are you able to juggle so many talents and so many you can say skills? You know so much, you can do so much, not just on the outside but on the inside. You have so much knowledge at your stronghold, pile 3, that it would surprise people that, okay, how. And sometimes you're also very good also with this Temperance here and 2 of Pentacles, you're very good at multitasking as well. So when people look at you, they're like surprised that, okay, how are you doing that? Like, how can you do 2 or 3 things at the same time? But I feel like you've been doing it so much that now it has become second nature to you, that if you are not doing 2 or 3 things at the same time, you just can't function. You are no longer wired to just focus on one thing at one point. Even if you're trying to do that, even if you're trying to focus on one thing, you will still try to kind of do something or the other. Even if it's just for a few seconds, you will just try to do something else or the other at the same time. So I don't know, because it just might just bring you some peace of mind. I don't know. But yeah, your ability to multitask is another reason why people are surprised by you, pile 3. And then we have this Queen of Cups here. And you guys can see this queen is, she's walking on these turtles, like walking on water, like atop the, balancing herself on these turtles. This really tells me just how flexible you are and how you are able to, and you can see here as well, this person standing right here at the edge. No support down there. Nothing to hold this thing up. This can fall anytime, but this person is easily standing there, So this really tells me that even when life gets tough for you, pile 3, you're able to stand upright. You're able to stay upright. God forbid if you ever encounter a tower moment, a lot of people, they just break down. A lot of people just can't handle that kind of a situation. They'll fall apart. For you, it's like the other way around. I feel like the world will fall apart. You will remain standing. And even if like you feel as if life is getting a little unstable or something, or life is a little precarious, you will still manage to balance yourself. We have Temperance coming through, balance. You guys can see this person is juggling on one leg, standing on one leg, juggling. That's your energy. You guys can easily do that. And that shocks people. It's not even surprise, it's plain shock that you're able to do all of these things, and especially in times of adversity when people are barely holding on to themselves. You are not only are able to stand up, right, pile 3, but you're able to do all your things as well. So even when your whole world is falling apart, God forbid that ever happens, I hope it doesn't, never happens, but if you encounter such a situation, you would have noticed that you are able to handle those things in a much better way as compared to the other people around you. And people are like, how are you able to do that? How are you so strong when you've lost everything? How are you so strong when everything is falling apart? How can you smile when we don't have any reason to? But you do it. Sometimes you're not even able to explain this to people, that how you're doing it. Sometimes you don't even understand how you're doing it, but you do that. Okay, so we have truth be told, higher power, and soulmates. Okay. I feel like I don't know, with this soulmate thing, I feel like some of you guys, a pile 3, I feel like this card coming up for you, I'm like, you guys are the ones who eventually will, if you haven't already, eventually you will be the ones to find your soulmate, because not everybody gets to find their soulmate, right? Some people just spend their whole lives looking for that perfect someone, and they just don't get them. Like, it's not there for them. But with you guys, with this card coming up, I feel like you will be the ones to find your soulmate eventually, like if you haven't already. And that's one thing that actually surprises people, because they might be like, oh, soulmates don't exist, but then they see you with your partner, they see you with your soulmate, it could even be your friend. But they'll look at you and they'll be like, I cannot believe soulmates exist. Pile 3 has it. Pile 3 has their soulmate. You make people believe in the power of soulmates. You make people believe that, yeah, one day they'll find that special someone as well. On the other hand, with this higher power here, some people might, with this thing that I'm getting for you, Pile 3, some people might consider you to be very materialistic. Some people might be like, oh, you're not spiritual at all. You're just lucky. You're always just working all the time. You don't have time for spirituality or everything. But when they get to know just how spiritual you actually are, Pile 3, it actually surprises them. And they're like, oh my gosh, wait, what? How we never expected Pile 3 to be as spiritual as they are, and be so connected to the universe as they are, or the higher power, whatever it is. So people have this misconception about you that, you're not as spiritual as they want you to be or something. But when they get to know, yeah, very surprising. Then we have this truth be told here. I just feel like, because the Lover is in reverse over there as well, and the Hermit is in reverse there as well. So this is kind of tells me that you're very quick to tell the truth, Pile 3. And sometimes your ability to tell the truth, we have this 3 of Swords coming up here. Your ability to tell the truth not only surprises people, but it can hurt people at times. Because, yeah, you're being straightforward. You're telling the truth. The truth is not easy for people to hear. So, yeah, but the thing is that, yeah, people just sometimes don't expect that from you. They're like, no, you will be nice to them. You will be, you will listen to them. You will believe whatever lies they're telling you. And then you go and tell them the truth. And yeah, that kind of garners very interesting reactions from people, especially in terms of feeling surprised. Alright, so yeah, this is all I have for you on Pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see how you surprise people. Okay, so we have 4 of Swords for you. 4 of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands. 2 of Wands. 8 of Cups. Okay, this is interesting. Pile 4, and we have the number 4 for you here with the double 4 coming here. We have 8 coming here. We have all these even numbers for you, Pile 4. So this is really telling me, like, even numbers are all about, stability. They are all about balance. So I feel like your ability to maintain balance, to bring up balance in your life, and not only in your life but in people's life, is something that brings a lot of shock and a lot of surprise to people. Because I feel like it brings a surprise to people because they don't expect that from you. And I really do see that. I feel like you have this thing that if people are expecting you to react a certain way, you will react the opposite way. You just don't do what people are expecting of you, Pile 4. That's why people are always in this state of surprise around you. They're always surprised by what you do. They're always surprised by what you say. And it's not just one particular instance or anything. It happens all the time. Like, for example, if people are expecting you to stick to a routine, you will choose that moment to kind of break that routine and do something else altogether. People are expecting you to be predictable. You're not going to be predictable. People are expecting you to react a certain way. You're going to react in the opposite way. And you don't do it to spite people. A pile 4, you don't do that. It's just that people have this set expectations from you. They have this thing that, okay, this is what pile 4 can do. This is what pile 4 will do. People think that you're very predictable. They think that they can predict your next move. But they cannot. They cannot. That's why when you react in a way they weren't expecting, they're like, okay, what just happened? Why did they not do what we thought they would do? And people make assumptions about you all the time, pal. I feel like people cannot stop assuming things about you. They just can't let you be. And sometimes it frustrates you. They're like, can you just let me live my life instead of assuming things about me? People have this set of judgments about you, this prejudgment thing. People might even talk about you a lot, pile 4. And because of that, people have this impression of you, this image of you in their heads that, okay, you are this particular kind of a person. But when they actually meet you, they find the opposite person. They see you as the opposite of what they were told about you. So they're like, okay, who is this person? Who is pile 4 in reality? And the thing is that no matter how much they try, like you guys can see, we have this, I don't know why, we have this protractor kind of a thing here. Or are these chopsticks? This looks like a protractor to me, So people go like, okay, we'll try and calculate pile 4's move, but they just cannot. Their calculations will always go wrong because you are you, a pile 4. No one can really go like, okay, they cannot put labels on you and excuse me, whatever labels people put on you. You have this beautiful, I would say this is a beautiful ability. You have this beautiful ability to just reject those labels, to get rid of them with just a few words. You have that ability. So people go like, okay, you are this kind of a person. You, in just one conversation, you will get rid of that label. The next time the person might have another label for you, you will get rid of that as well. So I feel like a lot of people they go crazy. They go crazy trying to understand you. Some people literally just give up because they're like, we don't know what you're going to do next. I don't even want that kind of a stress in my life, so I'm just not going to bother thinking or trying to predict your next move because I know I can. So whatever labels, because you have this 8 of Cups, it's like walking away, right? So I just feel like you're walking away from all the labels and all the assumptions people have about you, pile 4. This is beautiful energy. And people, yeah, you really do kind of teach this lesson to people, pile 4, that you shouldn't judge people. You should never label them with something. You never know. Like, you're full of surprises, pile 4. You really are. Every single time. Even your best friends, even the people who are the closest to you, can never figure out what you're going to do next. Whether you're going to every day, whether you're going to get up and be active today, or are you just going to have a lazy day? What are you going to do? Some people might even put, play bets against you. They'll be like, okay, we bet that pile 4 is going to do this. And the other party will be like, okay, no, pile 4 is going to do that. So I feel like some people might even do this as a form of amusement, as a form of joke or something like that. They might even do that because you're that unpredictable, pile 4. And this unpredictability is what just constantly keeps people on their toes when it comes to you. You're like, no. People are like, okay, you should be reacting a certain way. And maybe you did that as a child as well. Like when people tell you not to do something, you end up doing that same thing. Or people were like, okay, you have to do this. You can't do this. You will do exactly what you were told not to do. I don't know. I mean, most people do that, but you were pretty active while doing those things. Sometimes people have this urge to do what people kind of tell them not to do, but they don't act on it. I feel like you are the ones who actually acted on those things. And some people might even say that you are incredibly rebellious, a pile 4. And it's okay if they say that. I mean, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not hurting anyone. It's just that people try to put you in a box, and you're not someone who can be kept in a box. Because we have this 4 of swords here, and then this 4 of cups in reverse here. People try to constantly put you in a box. They constantly try to draw these boundaries around you, going like, okay, this is what pile 4 is. And you're like, no, that's not it. I'm gonna be whoever I want to be. You're ever changing. You're constantly adapting yourselves to new things. Sometimes, I feel like your empathy is so strong that even when, for example, you're reading a book or watching a movie and you like a character or something, you would unconsciously or subconsciously adopt their personality traits without even, and when you start exhibiting those traits, people are like, okay, where did you learn that? You never used to do this before. You never talked like this before. So there's always something new with you, pile 4. There's always this new adventure kind of a situation around you, because people will never know what they'll get. And sometimes I feel like it might be really hard for you to get into a relationship, because that person might be like going like, okay, what is this person like? How am I supposed to categorize them? What do they like? I feel like you have this ability to adapt yourselves to people's needs. So that's why when, at times you're with one person and they break up with you, and next time you're with another person who's completely different to the previous one, they have different needs and they have likes and dislikes. You will adapt yourselves to them, pile 4. So everybody's like, okay, what is pile 4 doing? Are they being honest with this person? Are they not being honest with this person? Were they honest with the previous person or not? What's going on? Who are they really? It's a constant question mark on you that, okay, who are you? What are you? And that's how you're always like surprising people. And I feel like you've surprised people to the point where you were like, you know what, we can just expect anything from pile 4. It's not something that we'll ever figure out. Some people have definitely given up on trying to predict your next move, whereas others are still trying. And I should just tell them that they shouldn't, because you're just so holistic and there's so much to you. There's so much depth and there's so many layers to you, pile 4, that even if somebody spends an entire lifetime with you or multiple lifetimes with you, they'll never be able to kind of know the entire you. Okay, we have Page of Cups. See, you can be anything you want. I feel like you'll make a very good actor or something. Pile 4, you'll do that. You'll make very good actors. Okay, we have Ace of Cups, 6 of Swords, 4 of Wands in reverse, and King of Cups. Okay, see, another, like, we have this 4 coming here, 6 coming through, more even numbers coming through. So yeah, like I was saying, you'll make very good actors because you have this ability to transform yourselves to whatever the world needs. And I feel like you sometimes you do that. You transform yourselves, you adapt or you modify your personality to help people, to make people smile, because you understand that not everybody requires a certain thing. Everybody has different things that they need. So you just adapt yourself. Like, in a way, you're showing kindness to the world. You're not trying to confuse people. You're not trying to drive the world crazy. With this King of Cups here and this 6 of Swords, I really feel like, you do all of this. You really change yourselves just to make people smile, because you're like, yeah, okay. So if you have like 4 different friends, pile 4, you have 4 friends, for example, you will behave differently with all 4 of them. You'll be a different person to all 4 of them, 4 different people. I don't know if this gets exhausting for you. Well, for somewhere, I feel like, yeah, at one point, yes, it does get exhausting for you, because you're like, you know what, I need a break from all of this. I just need to be by myself, where I'm not thinking about, okay, what the other person needs, and I'm not trying to adjust myself to the other person's needs. I'm just being myself. So somewhere, yeah, I feel like there comes a point, because everybody has that threshold, so when you reach yours, you're like, okay, I need a break. And then you just want to be by yourself. You don't want to deal with people, because if you start dealing with people, automatically you'll start behaving in a way that is required, not in a way that you want, right? So yeah, that's like really there. But I feel like people are in a constant state of surprise and shock when it comes to you. And like I was saying, you can be anything that you want. We have this Page of Cups here. Page of Cups is like, anything is possible. Just think of it. Just think of or imagine anything that you want, and you can make it happen. That's that energy. Even if it's a childish fantasy kind of a thing, sure, still think of that. You will be able to do it. So you have this, and some people might even say you have multiple personalities or something. And I don't know, you might be like, yeah, they're right, or some of you guys might be like, they're wrong. Whatever the case may be, it's just that you're able to adapt, and you're able to kind of modify your behavior to what is required, to the outside environment. You're able to do that in a very successful way, because of this empathy that you have. We have this King of Cups here. You have a strong sense of empathy, incredibly strong. We have this 8 of Cups coming through. The number 8, it's like this infinity thing. So I just feel like your empathy is like infinite, and that's why you're able to feel things, and you're able to kind of adopt different attributes of people, adopt their characteristics, adopt their mannerism, their behavior. So that's why whenever you're going like, okay, when people are like, okay, who are you acting? Who are you today? Why are you acting like this? Why are you talking like this? It's only because you were feeling so much empathy for that character that you eventually kind of, meshed with that character. You took on their personality for your own. I just feel like you have this really strong ability to kind of take people's attributes or take people's personalities and make them your own. You can do that. You can easily do that. You can be anyone you want to be, Pile 4. So don't ever think that, and don't think that if you are gonna like I'm saying, you can be anything that you want, but at the same time you will remain true to yourself. Like this is all part of you. Your ability to do different things, your ability to take on different personality traits, make them your own. It's all you. It's not like, oh, you're being fake or you're pretending to be someone you're not. No. No, it's not that. It's just that, and the reason why you get exhausted is because this whole constant going like, okay, putting one mask after the other, that gets exhausting. But the thing is that all those masks, they are your own. All these facets to your personality, they are your own, Pile 4. They come together to form this beautiful diamond that is you. So if people go like, you are not authentic, you are not honest, and somewhere you start feeling that way, you're like, maybe I'm not, I don't know who I am. You are this, you're all of this, you're all the masks, you're all the different facets. It makes you you. You are this holistic person. It's not like that you're taking on wearing these masks or something, or you are utilizing one facet of your personality and then another, because you're not whole. No, this is all a part of you. And judging by the circumstances, judging by the people around you, you just bring out what is needed. You don't bring out the entire thing and going like, okay, this is what I am, take it or leave it. It's not, you're not like that. Not because you're trying to please people, it's just who you are, I feel like, Pile 4. So don't ever kind of question yourself. Don't ever think that you are in the wrong, because I don't really think that you're just this abundant person. You have so much to you, so many layers to you. that you get to decide, okay, today I want to show this part of me. Today I want to show that part of me. Today I want to do this. Today I want to do that. You know, it's all up to you, but it's all you. So be proud of yourselves, pile 4. And if people are surprised by you, people are shocked by you, that's okay, let them be. Right? Okay, we have loyal heart. See, you are this loyal person. Don't ever let people tell you otherwise, okay? You are true to who you are. No place like home. Treasure Island. See, oh my gosh, this is coming up for you. At the same time, we have this no place like home. Like I was saying, you know, at times you just need to be by yourself. Sometimes you just want to be like, okay, I want to put all the masks back in the closet and be like, okay, let's just be, or you just want to take all your masks and just put them all on at once. And you can only do that when you're by yourself, right? So for you, like having your own sanctuary is really important, pile 4, and you should have it. Because that is where, you know, it's not like you're choosing and picking and choosing what should you do and what you shouldn't do. You're just you. You're just all of you. You can just take everything or take nothing or take one or two and just deal with that. You know, it's all yours. Your decision basically, because you're this treasure island. You're like this treasure. Forget, and like I was saying, the island is like this one thing, this one person, right? And then we have the word treasure coming through for you as well. So you are a treasure in your own right, in your own self. You are that. You are full of riches. You're full of gems and jewels and all of that stuff. Full of everything good. Pile 4. And of course, treasures are like so valuable, right? You are incredibly valuable. When people actually start getting to know all of your, like if people start getting a glimpse of all these different aspects to you, this is what they think. They're like, this person, pile 4, is a treasure. And it's a beautiful surprise that comes to them. They're like, we never knew this person was full of surprises. Pile 4 is full of surprises, and one day, that's why some people will start having these high expectations from you as well, pile 4, because they'll be like, one day pile 4 is going to do something. They'll do something big. They'll do something that the world is going to watch. Because they're like, when you can be so unpredictable, let's see what you're going to do next. So some people are kind of intimidated by your next move, whereas other people are kind of excited by it. But at the same time, with this loyal heart card here, this really tells me that, one, you are an incredibly loyal soul, because you have this strong sense of empathy with you, pile 4. So you know that disloyalty is not the option, you know. Can be disloyal to anyone, can be disloyal to yourself. But the more people get to talk to you, the more they get to know you, they also start feeling loyal towards you, because they understand that, yeah, you are, despite your many colors, despite your many aspects, you are this one true beautiful soul that is there. All right, so yeah, this is all I have for you, pile 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.